Hey crew, what's up? I'm GKB, and today on Gamers Knows Best, I have another great video about my journey to 100k gamer score. This week I played one awesome DLC, one full game, and 2 episodes. I wonder what they could be. Well, let's get into the video and find out. First off, we had a great show on the Shop podcast on Saturday. If you missed it, go check it out on PTK Blam's channel. We started a new show called The Console Corner, where we talk nothing but games. The new show was a ton of fun. We had the fans in mind when we created it. If you haven't checked it out, we will leave a link in the description below. The new show was the reason for the delay of this video, but from now on I will be posting the 100k series on Tuesdays. A big shout out to the gaming community. You are second to none. The support you showed us is why we do what we do. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate it. Alright, let's get into what I want to talk about, and that's this week's games. First one up is not technically a game, but an add-on to a game. The Baba Yaga DLC came out for the Rise of the Tomb Raider. This is a great DLC to extend the story of the Tomb Raider. I do not want to go into great detail, as some of you might not have played through the DLC yet, but the journey to solve the mystery of the Baba Yaga witch was great fun. It's very interesting to me that Crystal Dynamics took an actual myth, did their video game magic to make it a DLC. I really want to know how closely the DLC matches the myth. If you want to see the full story of the Baba Yaga DLC, I have a video up of a full playthrough of the story, so go ahead and check that out. Next up, we have Ori and the Blind Forest. After playing through this game, I completely understand why this game won so many awards. Now, this is a tough game, and in some areas throughout the game, it will drive you mad when you die over and over to get past a certain point. With that being said, I completely enjoyed every frustrating minute of the game. Ori has gorgeous environments with great gameplay mechanics. The story is engaging with great voiceovers for the narration. The characters are beautiful and full of emotion. The UI is simple and intuitive. The controls make sense and are easy to use. If you don't have Ori, go out and go ahead and download that game. It's definitely worth the money. Also, there's a definitive edition coming, so be on the lookout for that. The next 2 games I'm going to group together. They're from the developer Telltale Games. I played episode 1 of Tales from the Borderlands and Game of Thrones. Now, Telltale makes great story-driven games, and that's great, but I have to tell you, they're just not for me. These are by no means bad games, but I'm a gamer that needs more action. For me, I don't want to sit there and click through the story or QuickTime events. That's just not what I want to do. That being said, these are great stories, and for people who like these types of games, they're great. Now, I want to give a few a try before I came to the conclusion that they just weren't for me. The art style of each of these games is great, and the storytelling is top-notch, but the gameplay is where it went down for me. I do want to come back to Tales from the Borderlands and finish it up at some point because I think the story is interesting, but I don't think it will change my opinion about these types of games. Before I get into the numbers, I wanted to give you some of the insight about this week. I was super busy. I had even less time to play games this week, so I had to make some choices about the game selection for this week. Ori took up most of the gaming time, as that game is very tough and has tons of depth. With the little time I had left, I wanted to stream the Baba Yaga DLC on YouTube. I can't stress enough how important it is for me to have a schedule to stay on track. Also, for preview members right now, Gamerscore leaderboards are back, and that is such a motivational tool to keep going. Alright, now let's get down to the nitty gritty, the number breakdown. For this week, the Baba Yaga DLC, we managed 110 gamer score. For Ori, we frustratingly pulled out 885 gamer score. And for each of the Telltale games, we earned 200 gamer score. Now that brings us to a total of 1395 gamer score for the week. We are now at a grand total of 39,623. We are well on our way of hitting the 100k goal. Well, that's it. That's this week's road to 100k gamer score. This is GKB. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop a nuke on that like button. If you thought it was a steamy pile of crap, well, you know what to do. We really do appreciate all your support, and as always, thanks for watching.